Yeah, this is becoming more, it is definitely an issue overseas in some countries, but it's also becoming an issue at some schools domestically. Sometimes if your school has midterm reports that actually have narratives attached to them, those can serve as good indicators or good, they can be telling in terms of how you are in the classroom, which is really what the recommendation is meant to convey. You do need to speak to each school though, because they each have individual ways in which they go about this. Some may say, oh, like there's always an instance where somebody's on maternity leave, or they've only had this teacher for 2 months and they've had this other teacher for 3 years. If they ask for the current year teacher, you need to get the current year teacher. However, if you feel like there may be somebody else who can speak to that same discipline, feel free to include that. But I would not go overboard and get another one for every single discipline and every single area of interest. So some folks will have a tutor write a recommendation. They might have again, some area of interest that they are passionate about, like whether it be a coach or a pastor or somebody that knows them in another capacity. But I would run it by every single team. So I would run it by your admission counselor at the various schools before you go headlong into asking people to write recommendations, because it is an ask.